All right, good afternoon, traders. Today is December 11th, 2024. My name is John Carrigan. I moderate the BYOB Trading Room. Hey, let's go look at some charts. All right, so let's look at SPY. All right, so here we are with SPY on the 10-minute chart. We have ourselves a 10-minute downtrend back to VWAP here into the close. 2-hour, we have our 2-hour uptrend. And on the daily chart, we did not make new all-time highs, but some other products did make some new all-time highs today. So here's some, let's take a look at it on a cleaner chart, okay? Still got that daily uptrend, higher low, higher high, closing over the bullish trap, over rising 17 EMA, almost challenging the all-time high up here today. So there's SPY. What do we trade today? On the 10-minute chart, we had marching orders to price over 605.76 was a bullish entry. We traded that all the way up to 608.50, and then we were looking for another chance to buy. The next line up was 608.30, and price never triggered into that one. And what did we buy? I bought some. Let's see what I bought. Let me see, because I did pretty good. All right, I bought 607 9 DTE calls, and I made $1,200 on those. And then I sold some of my 608. I bought to cover some of my 608 calls that I used as a hedge for CPI. So I lost $2,000 there. And I traded some 611 calls and some 610 calls later in the day. All right, so there's price action for today. I bought some Amazon calls and bought 2 and sold 2, and that's it for today. All right, so made $1,200 on those 607 calls that we purchased at the open with the game plan. So let's go take a look at more charts. And all right, on QQQ, we have on the daily chart, QQQ makes a new all-time high. All right, doesn't get any better than that. FNGU makes a new all-time high. Doesn't get any better than that. Diamond Dow got a lower high, lower low, closing underneath the bearish trap, underneath the 17 EMA. If they take out this low, they'll be in a downtrend. All right, Diamond Dow still bullish. Up in quadrant 4, up over a prior all-time high, anchored VWAP on underneath the 17. IWM has in quadrant 4, that's bullish. Up over the 17, that's bullish. Higher low, higher high, that's bullish. And closing inside a bearish trap, not so much. IWM has to take out this low, and they'll be in a downtrend. Currently, IWM putting in a bull flag, and price action kind of looks like moving up, and you can see moving back right there. So bull flag on IWM. Same as Diamond Dow. Same as Diamond Dow, putting in a bull flag, moving up, and then back. Same place. All right, let's go take a look at our technicals. Technicals, T2122. All right, T2122 still underneath the downtrend line, so not so great there. But I see a grind to the upside there that looks like accumulation. That's the waffle. Usually when I get that, I get a pop to the upside that goes like this. So that is looking interesting on T2122. Still underneath this downtrend line. We spent the day making, grinding it out in the seller's chop zone. All right. You can see we visited the sell zone for a brief moment, and then the bulls threw us out, and we spent the day in the seller's chop zone, kind of wedging up, leaning on the midpoint there for T2122. on T2123, all right, was selling from the beginning of the day almost to the end of the day. Not liking this look, all right. A move down and then over to the right. Remember I said I didn't like this yesterday. We didn't fill the bearish gap. Bulls should have filled that. They didn't. So we'll see what happens. It's kind of a necessity to at least get back up here and challenge that gap tomorrow. We'll see what happens. T2123. Big earnings coming out tomorrow. We're going to have AVGO. All right. And they are capable of moving the markets with their earnings. So there's T2123. We're underneath the 200 SMA right there. Okay, so not liking that much. Not liking the fact that we're in a bear flag. Okay, it's a move down and then over to the right. Not liking that. Not liking that we are still red here underneath the 50, underneath the 200 SMA on T2123. Let's take a look at the big chart. Okay, here's the 3-bar chart. Okay, still on the 3-bar chart, it's a much different look. We have a move up and then over to the right. That's a bullish flag. So we're showing a bullish flag on the 3-bar chart, but on the 15-minute chart, we're showing a bearish flag. All right, so somebody's going to win out in future price action here. I think it's going to be the bulls. We'll see what happens. Again, 3 more red candle bars today on T2123 3-bar chart. Still up over that rising 200 SMA. Still up in quadrant 4, whether you're on the 15 or you're on the 3-bar chart. So that's still bullish up there. Okay. Remember what I said. If you go up and you come all the way back, that's just neutral. All right. We have gone up and we're holding right there. That's bullish. Okay, if we go up, come back, and then dig it out lower, that's bearish. All right, so right now we're still bullish up here in quadrant 4 for T2123. FNGU also producing nice numbers today. Okay, again on FNGU, green from the beginning of the day to the end of the day. Price action, I like that look. Look at this look here, up and then over. That's bullish for tomorrow. I see more upside tomorrow for SPY. Again, FNGU moving up, holding the higher ground, up over the VWAP. Price action is looking good, up over the 200 SMA. Okay, so price action looking really good for FNGU. New all-time high today on FNGU. I said it earlier, I'll say it again. All right, let's take a look at a few technicals. All right, first one we'll start. SMH is in a downtrend, all right? They have to take out this high in order to negate the downtrend and produce an uptrend right here, this high right here. They're headed back in the right direction, but they couldn't quite, it's no cigar, okay? They couldn't quite close it over that candle, but it's still a nice look. They're up over the all-time high anchored VWAP. Not quite in the upper third. That would have been right up here above this line. Right here. Not quite in the upper third, but still up in quadrant 3. So still bullish, all right, and still in a downtrend. Still bullish, but still in a downtrend. Almost bullish engulfing, but didn't quite have the mustard to carry it out, okay, or the spinach. So there's SMH, still bullish up here. All right, let's take a look at, what do we want to look at next? XLK. All right, XLK, higher low, higher high, getting a bullish engulfing there. Closing up in quadrant 4, over the trap, over the rising 17, and over the all-time high anchored VWAP, a prior all-time high anchored VWAP. So XLK technology still looking strong up here. XLI putting in, still hanging out in upper third. That's bullish, but underneath the 17, and underneath the trap is not so much, and underneath the uptrend line. So XLI kind of losing it here. Let's take a look at XLU. Still bullish up there in the upper third. XLU going up, coming back, so it's kind of neutral. Back into quadrant 3, it's kind of losing all of the bullishness that it had by coming back here. They've taken out this low, so they're now in a downtrend. XLU is. So XLU in a downtrend way down here. All right, so not a pretty look. Here's a prior all-time high anchored VWAP, and we're underneath it. We're underneath the trap, and we're underneath the 17. So, and we're underneath the 30% mark. So, not a good look for XLU, but we don't really count on this one, only because it's mainly a defensive sector. It's utilities. It's usually where money gets parked for safety. All right, so, and it usually hits all-time highs when there's a recession going on and money comes out of the market and parks into safety. That would be the utilities. All right, so let's take a look at next one is we did XLI. Let's take a look at XLF. Here's the financials. Again, kind of neutral. All right, neutral to bullish, up and back. That's just neutral. Price action, not quite in a downtrend yet, but coming dangerously close to taking out that low right there. XLF is underneath the prior all-time high anchored VWAP, so that's not so bullish right there. Underneath the trap, not so bullish. Underneath the 17, not so bullish. But neutral to bullish, hanging out here in the upper quadrant, number 4. So there's XLF, just kind of neutral right now. All right, let's take a look at XLE. It's our energy sector, again, moving up and moving all the way back. All right, see that? Up and back. That's neutral. The only problem is now we're parked below the midpoint. So it's leaning more toward neutral to bearish. All right, not neutral to bullish, neutral to bearish. We are still in an uptrend. We'll be in an uptrend until we take out this low right here. And they are working their way down this breakup candle right here. So they've already kind of filled the gap. So we'll see what they have in store. XLE energy not looking too hot right now. Same with the industrials, not looking too hot. I'll tell you one sector that is looking good, and that is the XRT. And this is our retail sector. Okay, this is really looking fabulous. Okay, price action's moving up and moving over. That's holding the higher ground. It's up in quadrant 4 after 10 months of consolidation breakout here. Price action closing over the trap. That's a bullish trap, all right? Not just a bearish trap like some of the others. Closing over the 17, that's bullish. Again, still looking for another leg up, 88.48 for XRT. Keep an eye on Amazon. All right, let's take a look. Keep an eye on Amazon, AMZN. Amazon, that's a new all-time high for Amazon today. Keep an eye on that one. All right, Costco. That is a new all-time high for Costco. Keep an eye on Costco. And Walmart challenging a prior all-time high. You can see right there. And keep an eye on Walmart. All right, so there's 3 of them that are making the XRT look really nice, all right, by moving up and holding the higher ground. All right, let's take a look at the last one. This is a real stinker. This is IYT. All right, so I'm not sure about that one. Let's take a look. Okay, so it looks like the last candle was right here, 7098 over the midpoint in the upper third. See, upper 30% right there. So IYT didn't actually close way down here. All right, let's go back to the daily chart. All right, so IYT kind of closing in the upper third area. Actually, not quite in the upper third, but in quadrant 3. Looking like a lower, actually looking like a higher high and a lower low. Now, yes, higher high right there and lower low right there. All right, so IYT got an outside day, closing in quadrant 3, losing the upper 30% advantage, breaking the downtrend. That's not great. These are prior all-time high anchored VWAPs. We're closing underneath those. Closing underneath now a falling 17. That's bearish. Closing underneath the bearish trap. That's also bearish. So there's IYT on the daily chart. All right, kind of just falling apart here for the transports. Not looking good at all. So there's IYT. So we're losing, we're losing the financials. Well, the semiconductors are still in a downtrend, but they're up in quadrant 3. The financials, which we really need, are just neutral, but up in quadrant 4. And the transports, which are in a downtrend because they made a lower low. All right, so transports in a downtrend, semiconductors in a downtrend, and XLF financials dangerously close to converting the uptrend into a downtrend right here. Okay, so those are the 3 major sectors we need to have a robust rally. Okay. Some of them are still sitting in bullish quadrants, like XLF is still sitting in a bullish quadrant, but dangerously close to converting the uptrend into a downtrend. Okay, right there. And take a look at IYT. No longer in a bullish quadrant. SMH. On the bullish side of the midpoint, but not quite in the upper 30 right there for SMH. All right, so all in all, market's having a tough week this week. We could be looking at a top, not sure. I haven't seen any exhaustion yet, so I don't think we're at the top yet. I think there's some more upside. I don't know when they recover, but I have a good hunch that we could be seeing a recovery after Broadcom reports tomorrow night. All right, so we could see a big rip in the market to the upside after Broadcom reports. So there's SMH right there. See, no longer in quadrant 4 or in the upper third. So kind of losing some of the juice right now. All right, and what else did I want to say? Let's go back to the room, see if you guys got any questions. Oh, the MMRP. Okay, let's take a look at SPY on the daily chart and drill down into the MMRP. I'm just going to take these off. All right, so for the MMRP, we have 4 candles of igniting move right here. 4 candles. Four candle igniting move, a 4 candle pause, a 4 candle check of support, a 4 candle price advancement move, another 4 candle, but we had a holiday, and then another 4 candle move right there, and we came dangerously close to, I can't believe I just did that, to taking out the low. Let me try it one more time. All right, I'm just going to use one color this time. All right, so we got 4 candle price advancement move, 4 candle pause, 4 candle check of support, 4 candle price advancement 1, price advancement 2 with a holiday, price advancement 3 right there, and right here we came dangerously close to taking out that low. I think we tagged it with a few pennies. All right, so we'll see what we get here for the low. The low there is 602.13, and the low here is 602.34. See, we got lower than this, all right? But it looks like they recovered it, so we should be looking for tomorrow a higher high on this fourth candle. Failure to produce that higher high, I'd say the MMRP is broken and done. So we got one more candle tomorrow, and they have to make, they actually have to make a new all-time high tomorrow. Okay, so that's for the MMRP to continue to the upside. There's 3 price advancement moves. We need the fourth one. They actually have to make a higher high. So we'll see what happens. I think they do it overnight tonight. I really do. So there's SPY. All right, I'm going to go back to the room and take some questions. And hey, Greg. On XRT chart, are you using Fibonacci levels for targets? Those white horizontal levels marked, thanks. No, I'm not using Fibonacci for that. I used, let me trash this out. And on the XRT, I am using a measured move. And that requires us to come from, here's the breakup candle low right there. So I measure from there up to the high, and then I take the consolidation low. So I'm going to duplicate this, and I'm going to take the consolidation low, which looks like right there, and that gives me a target of the top of this. All right, that would be my measured move. So I'm going to put a line right there, 89.50. Right there. Okay. Yeah, that's the measured move. So you got from the breakup candle low up to here. And then you duplicate the same move. So you take the consolidation low and you put the same candle, you duplicate the box and put the same box up there. Just to be conservative, Greg, on that one, I came up with 88.48. Okay, that's a conservative measured move right there. All right. And that was probably coming from, I don't know, somewhere around here up to there. Yeah, that's good. SPY 610 has a nice ring to it. Yeah. How about 620? We haven't gotten exhaustion candles yet, so I don't think the market's done moving up. When I see exhaustion candles, that's when I know it's over. I don't see them yet. I'm not seeing them. I don't see a tweezer top. I don't see anything yet. All right, so I still see a whole lot of upside. Everything looks dismal, like right now. I gotta say, with SMH downtrend, right? But that was a nice candle today, back up over the all-time high anchored VWAP, darn near bullish engulfing. XLF still in quadrant 4, but underneath the prior all-time high anchored VWAP, going up and losing it. But how many times have we seen price action go up, give it up, turn around, go up, and hold? Right? We've seen that happen before. Goes up, gives it up, turn around, goes back up, and holds. All right? So we've seen this look before. So there's a possibility. All right? We'll see. All right? We're going to have to see some price action, right? Because that's what we study. So there's XLF. All right, I already went over SMH, and the last one is the transports. It's just look ugly with that candle. Of course, it's not really that low. The low it actually comes down to about right here. All right, so we're right on minor support. All right, but we lost the upper third. We lost the uptrend line. We're over the midpoint. All right. and we're in a downtrend. So a lot of work to be done. I think we can do it. We'll see what happens. All right. And we got those end of year allocations that may come in at the end of year, and you never know. All that money's probably got to be allocated, invested. If it's not yet, I'll be surprised, but they're going to need to put it in something. And usually the top 10 stocks is usually the place to go. I mean, if you got anything left over, throw it in the FNGU, right? When I look for exhaustion candles in the daily chart, yes, best in the daily chart, we would see candles that would move in boxes like this. Okay, you get a small box, and then a little bit bigger box, and then a little bit bigger box. You'll see the candles grow in size, and it may happen on the 4-hour chart. Okay, and then they kind of grow into like a bigger candle, and then into a really even bigger candle. See how they start to grow, and then next thing you know, you're looking at something like that, and then you're looking at something that goes like way up here like that. Okay, that would be the exhaustion move I'm looking for. I haven't seen it yet, but I think it's probably coming right after this low right here. I think it's coming right after that. All right, that's what I'm looking for. Where you see price action just go crazy high, like maybe up to 650. Okay, 625. Crazy high. All right. Keep in mind, SPY was like almost at the all-time highs today. All right, all-time high was what? A 609.20, and we were at 608.50. All right, that's only 70 cents away. All right, that's, that is challenging the all-time high today. We just have some sellers that want to get their selling out of the way. All right, mostly in the small caps because it was not in the big caps. Remember, Amazon made a new all-time high today. Costco made a new all-time high. Some of them are making new all-time highs. If we could get the semiconductors turned around, we already got tech. Tech's working for us. XLK is looking good. Kind of sloppy, but it is looking good. Okay, so we'll see what happens. All right, traders, until tomorrow, all right, 8 o'clock tomorrow mornings when I start, bought a couple of Amazon calls, all right? If you ever want to make those cheaper, there's a way to do that, and that's to sell some out-of-the-money calls against it. You cap off your upside, but you're protected. It's kind of nice when you get the calls, price moves up, and then you sell two out of the money against it to kind of cap off. It caps off your upside, but it kind of brings you some safety up there. Yeah, it's nice when you get the move up though. All right, then sell the calls. Works out a whole lot better than buying them and selling them at the same time. Okay, traders, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Thanks for being here. Thanks for answering my poll. Congrats to everybody that traded the game plan this morning. Y'all made money. I'm so happy for you. All right, everybody have a wonderful afternoon. I'll see you all tomorrow at 8.